Good evening, students. Today is Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. T- Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. And we're going to work on more words with the short letter I sound. When the I makes the short sound, the sound is I, I. And we worked on those words on Monday, and we will continue to work on more short I words tonight. We will read words with short I sounds and read two stories that have many words with short I sounds, and then practice spelling those words. And we also then will end the lesson with a story called Getting to Work on Time. So let's get the lesson started. Here we go. English lesson for July 8th, 2020, Level 2 class. That's you. Tonight we will practice using the calendar. We will read more words and two stories with the short I sounds. We will read a story about getting to work on time. And then we will talk a little bit about our Moby Max lessons for the week. Some of you have had a chance to work on Moby Max, so thank you for doing that. Remember, what we do in English class, we listen, we speak, we read, we write, we spell. And remember, spell is when we look at a word and we say the letters in the word, or we remember what the letters in the word are. Like if I ask you, how do you spell the word right? You would say W-R-I-T-E. If I said, how do you spell the word we? You would say W-E. So we've been doing a little more spelling in class, haven't we? And then we'll practice Moby Max, or we'll look at our Moby Max lesson at the end. So here's our calendar. Today is Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. I made it a little bigger so we can see these days of the week. Today is Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. If today is Wednesday, then yesterday was Tuesday. If today is Wednesday, then yesterday was Tuesday. If today is Wednesday, then tomorrow is Thursday, right? Let's look at our sentences for the calendar. Today is Wednesday, July 8th, 2020. Tomorrow is Thursday, July 9th, 2020. Yesterday was Tuesday, July 7th, 2020. And we can also write the date with an abbreviation. So we can write the full word, July 8, 2020, or we can do an abbreviation because July is the 7th month of the year. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Instead of writing the word July, we can write the number 7. 7 means July. 8 means it's the 8th day, 2020. We know that's the abbreviation that we see sometimes. When we say July 1st, it means it's the first day of July. When we say July 2nd, it's the second day of July. So these are our reminder words. Instead of saying July 1, we say July 1st. We do not say July 2. We say July 2nd, then July 3rd, July 4th, July 1st, July 2nd, July 3rd, July 4th. Remember, these are ordinal numbers. When we talk about the calendar, we use ordinal numbers like we've been practicing. Now, here is a story that we're going to do where we review words that have the short I sound. The words that we'll be using that might be new: it, it, it. Gift, gift is a present, Getting, getting, and giving, giving. It, gift, getting, giving. Before we read the story, let's look at the picture. This is a store that has gifts or presents. Gifts or presents. There's some plates and glasses and different things. Jewelry, rings. This is Mrs. Oliver. We've seen Mrs. Oliver in other stories. Mrs. Oliver. There are two sisters in the gift shop. This is Jill, the big sister, and this is Kim, the little sister. Big sister, little sister. And this is a story about them. I'm going to make the page a little bigger so you can see the words better. So this is the story that we read tonight in class, and here's what you can practice on your own. This is Miss Jill Hill. This is Miss Kim Hill. Jill is the big sister. Kim is the little sister. Let's go back and look about that. Jill is the big sister. Kim is the little sister. Her name is Jill Hill. Her name is Kim Hill. Jill Hill, Kim Hill. And because they are not married, they're little girls, we can call them Miss Jill Hill and Miss Kim Hill. Jill is the big sister. Kim is the little sister. The sisters are in a gift shop. It is a big gift shop. It is Miss Oliver's gift shop. Remember, this is Miss Oliver. Kim is getting a gift for Mrs. Hill. Jill is getting a gift for Kim. Jill is giving the gift to Kim. Jill is giving the gift to her little sister. The gift is a ring. It is a little ring. The big sister is giving it to the little sister. You see, the big sister is giving her little sister a ring. You can see it in the picture. This is Kim's finger. It is her little finger. Kim puts the ring on her little finger. She has the ring on her little finger. Kim thanks Jill for the ring. Kim thanks her big sister. So that is the story. The gift shop is owned by Miss Oliver. Miss Oliver, which means she is not married, Miss. But Kim is getting a gift for Mrs. Hill. And Mrs. Hill is married. So that is a story about two sisters in Miss Oliver's gift shop. Two sisters in the gift shop. And here's another story that has more short letter I sounds. This is a picture of a family. The father, the mother, and 1, 2, 3 children. We read this story tonight already. It's called The Hills Dinner. Hills is their last name, Hill. Hill is their last name, Mr. Hill, Mrs. Hill, and they have 1, 2, 3 children. And their little boy, if you look closely, is holding a whistle. We learned about the word whistle on Wednesday. So let's just review the story that we learned about the word whistle Monday. So let's read the story that we just read tonight already. The Hills Dinner. 2 words to practice: with and hills. With and hills. This is a kitchen. It is a big kitchen. Mrs. Hill is in the kitchen. Jill is with Mrs. Hill in the kitchen. Ed is sitting in the kitchen. Kim is sitting in the kitchen. Ed is sitting with Kim. He is sitting with his little sister. So they're all at dinner. This is the Hills dinner. They're eating their dinner. This is Ed. This is Ed. Okay. Ed has a whistle. It is a little whistle. Ed whistles with his little whistle. Kim is singing. Jill is singing. Mrs. Hill is singing. She is singing with Kim and Jill. Mr. Hill is bringing a big fish. He says, "I am bringing a fish for dinner." Jill is bringing a pan for the fish. Ed is bringing a dish for the fish. This is the Hills dinner. It is a fish dinner. The Hills are sitting at dinner. So that's just practice for the story we read, and I know we answered some questions about who, what, when, and where tonight about the story, The Hills Dinner. So those are 2 stories you can practice that have many words with a short I sound. Hill, I, short I. Dinner, I, the dinner, I, short I. This has a short I sound. Is, short I. Kitchen, short I. Big, short I. Okay. It was a good story about the Hills having fish for dinner. Now this is our getting to work on time story. Getting to work on time. We talked a little bit already about how do you get to work on time. So let's just review what we practiced tonight already. This word is shift. That's the regular time where people work. This is rip, when you tear something, when you rip it, you rip a piece of paper. We did this already tonight. Rip a piece of paper, tear. Shift, rip, and grab. I'm going to grab my water. I'm going to grab my pencil. Grab is sort of like pick up. Grab. Okay, let's review the story we read. Cy likes his job. He works the day shift at a car wash. He wants to keep his job, so he gets to work on time. Cy does 2 things at night that help him get to work on time. He packs his lunch and gets his work clothes ready. He looks at his clothes. They look good. They are clean and do not have any rips. Cy sets his alarm clock before bed. He wakes up 1 hour before his shift starts. Cy gets dressed and eats breakfast. He grabs his lunch and leaves for work. He gets to the car wash 10 minutes before his shift starts. Okay, so we had some questions that we asked about the story, and you answered them tonight. We can look at the question, and then we'll find the answer in the story. Where does Cy work? Where does Cy work? Let's see. Can you tell me? That's right. He works at the car wash. He works at the car wash. The second question that we answered tonight, why does he want to work on time? Why does he want to work on time? What was the answer? Do you remember? Because Cy likes his job. So if you like your job, you have to be on time. He wants to work on time because he wants to keep his job and he likes his job. So both those answers would be correct. When does he work? When does he work? Look in the story and see, when does he work? Can you find when he works? The answer is he works the day shift. So there's a day shift and there's a night shift. He works the day shift. That's when. When does he work? He works the day shift at the car wash. The next question, what 2 things does Cy do at night that helps him get to work on time? What 2 things does Cy do at night that helps him get to work on time? Let's go back and look. He does 2 things. Do you remember? You can look at the story again. First, he packs his lunch. And second, he gets his work clothes ready. So first, he packs his lunch, and second, he gets his work clothes ready. Good answers. What wakes Cy in the morning? What wakes Cy in the morning? What's the answer to question 5? What wakes him? Let's go back and look. Cy sets his alarm clock before bed. So that's what wakes Cy, his alarm clock. Alarm clock. That's what wakes him. Good job on answering those questions. And we did some more practice sentences. Remember to try to get some Moby Max time in this week. We have 2 lessons, letter sounds, and well, letter sounds lesson and then a little mini test on letter sounds. And they're all the short vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U, short vowel sounds is what you'll be practicing on your MobyMax lesson. So that's our quick review of what we worked on tonight, July 8th. Good job tonight, and I hope you have a good evening, and I will see you next Monday. See you later next Monday.